What's good, everybody? It's Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, back at it with another review, Black Clover Chapter 366. And of course, we are on a break. Oh man, and the way that it ended, it's just all like you knew it was coming, But hey, if you're new to the channel, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video. So the official translations are out. The chapter name is called Headliner. So we're gonna go through this and I'll give you my thoughts on what it seems like is going on and what's going on as far as in the future. Now, some of these may coincide with other creators because, some things that you could literally see like, oh, this is a possibility. But these are just theories, but it starts off Ryu's eye, he's just exclamation. He's like, Asta, they're almost here. Got it. And then, Ryo's just like, hey, you're headed out, huh? And Asta leave is all like, all of you, thank you so much for your help. Because we got to remember, there was still that unknown training that was done within the 3 days preparation. So that is interesting. We see kind of that within this chapter. So now then Finral pops up. He's like, good grief, so this is where you've been. I'm here to pick you up, Asta. Now I was all like, okay, what's interesting is this makes so much sense because it's just like now that Finral has been here, he can now go back and forth, and this is Yami's home freaking town, so it's just all like that was a dope thing right there. Now it's also interesting that Vanessa's cat's there, so we know she's not like dead, but Asta's like, Mr. Finral, and Ryu is just like, Finral, got room for one more in there? He's like, yes sir. Who's that? Somebody important? Question mark. And so he points to, Ichika is like, take that young lady with you too. She's one of the Land of the Sun's strongest. And, they go back and forth, him and Ichika and the Yorozu dude. And now what's interesting is, in the end, that thing of Asta's work best with you. I'll guard Ryu in the Land of the Sun. You go. Now, that particular thing right there, in the end, that thing of Asta's work best with you. That's one thing. Well, also, Ichika, go see Yami, and you better come back alive, you hear? The fate of the world is in your hands, Asta. Go flatten Lucius. So then we get to what's currently going on. Them busting through, the fate. And you see Asta, you see everybody laid out, and it's just like, dang. And that's when he comes, pots, Nero on the head. And you're just seeing like the Black Bulls, the Witch Queen, like the other, witches that was there, like freaking. I don't want to see Doc laid out. Like, that's not a good look, man. It's not a good look for the Black Bulls, but they tried. But you can't be having my man's here, man, just looking like a bitch. Like, I'm sorry. And Doc's one of my favorite characters, but damn, they got him in the water. Just like, I don't even know if he's like face down or not. You just see like the ponytail though, and it's like, yo, they got fucked up. Like, and Finral's just like, they're all, but he doesn't say anything. But Asta's face, and Damnashia's like, so you've come. Anyone else who could fight has fallen, though. It's too late. And Asta pulls out the Demon Destroyer, and we see Finral about to do something, but he's just all like, Asta's just like, we might still be able to save them. Could you stay behind me and focus on treating them, Mr. Finral? I can take that guy on my own. He's like, huh? And we see he's like, I'm through losing, and Damnatio understands that his scale magic isn't going to have an effect, so he tries to use the atmosphere. And we see, as far as the way Asta's moving, and somebody said this was a JoJo Bizarre Adventure reference as far as this stance, and I was all like, that's dope. Yugi Tabata's dope as far as being able to throw tribute as far as the other classics. So hey, nothing wrong with that. But we see the way that he's moving with these this anti-magic, and so much so that Damnatio noticed that he's able to cancel out the atmospheric magic. He says, has his magic evolved? And Finral's just like, he has a better command of anti-magic than before. And he's all like, your magic seems invincible, but it looks like it's a bad matchup against my anti-magic. And, you know, Damnatio gets into his, you know, his typical villain, you know, I'm a paladin, this, and this, in the name of Julius Samana. And then, you know, Asta's just like, how is what you guys are doing just or peaceful? He gets that look, and then Zetin, like, boom, cuts this fool. Mother flipper, like I think he launched his freaking like sword as well, or does it still have it in his hand? I'm not sure, but he got straight up zap, like, you know, oh this, and it looks like one of those freaking Street Fighter dramatic finish, like KO. Yo, he did this one super dope. And so with this chapter, there's some interesting stuff. For one, it would be all too simple to say that Ichika just went to go see Yami. It was stated as far as that thing worked better with Ichika, so it would be like the anti-magic, things like that. So it could be a really cool Ichika and Asta team up, but there is also the whole little thing as far as Yami, the clan, what their clan was known for, what Yami's sister did. Like, we don't know if, well, I said this in the leaks as well, we don't know if Ryu just set a ticking time bomb or if that was a part of his whole plan. Like, it just seems, for one, I don't believe that Asta's just gonna go around just one-shotting people. Either there might be something that happens as far as Damnatio, or this Zetin isn't gonna be enough to defeat as far as Lucius, which, you know, Asta's back. I had this thought, and people may have like thought this before, but now more than ever, I'm just all like, for one, Lucius not being like the final villain. There's been some talk as far as like Andromeda and the Lord of the Flies, and the possibility as far as like them doing like a super like double cross with Lucius and possibly with Astaroth and different things like that. The fact that we're in the final whatchamacallit and we haven't gotten Asta's father, which is very interesting, which, you know, I thought about this right now because I was thinking about Naruto, and I was thinking about when Naruto actually met his father and found out that he was the fourth Hokage. That was in like the final arc, because remember, he had met his mom before he had met his dad, I believe. So that was interesting, you know. So I'm thinking this may be something similar, where it's gonna be more than Zetin that is gonna need to defeat this. And I'm starting to think as well that there's a possibility that Asta, there is gonna be the Asta and Yuno fight, but I wouldn't say it would suck, because Yuno didn't get fully like taken over before. But I feel like it would only make sense if, you know, Paladin, you know, Sister Lily happened, finding out as far as his mother, you know, his captain being freaking abducted, coming back, seeing the Black Bulls laid the F out and everything like that. I think it would be interesting if, you know, did, because it's set up, he has a 4-leaf clover, like it's almost everything's been almost set up to where it's like there's a possibility as a last ditch type of thing, Lucius might either take over, or the actual big bad that's above Lucius like takes over, Asta's gonna have that fight, because there's a continuous theme as far as like the friends having to fight and like their sacrifice. So I feel like at the end, for Asta to be able to do what he needs to do, he needs to be able to save his friend without killing him, and that will make like the ultimate Wizard King. But I feel like there's still so much that we need to like still deal with. Like we still don't know Asta's father. What about the dwarfs? And I feel like there's a connection either between the two or a reason why we waited this long as far as for it. But this chapter is dope. I'm interested to see how things are going to shift, but I feel like it's not going to be like the ultimate thing, but things may shift into the good guy's favor, at least for a little bit, but I don't think that it's going to be enough. And then we're going to actually get into like the final part, which may be a retreat for now. And I keep on saying this, it's like a retreat, and then this is where either to the land of the rising sun or the dwarfs being able to make their appearance, it will be super fire. So I don't know, let me know what y'all think in the comments. As Mr. Composition MC that writes fiction, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, notification bells on so you'll miss when I drop a new video on the road to 1K. Peace.
Ready for the return to fall. Maybe I should be asleep, but these full moon vibes got me in the deep. Emotional roller coaster strapped in my seat, ready for a trip to find what I seek. Passing through the galaxy into my office, translating thoughts into deep science. Got the sun in my pocket, build your resilience. So when the next winter cycle comes, I prepare with no losses. The work of the solo, it's a boss.